Slumber party, darlings.
Yeah. Yeah. If I told you that there's one book that's responsible for all of my successes in my life, would you believe me? Not just my financial successes, but literally every type of success I've had. My partner, the type of life that I live, the travels that I've experienced, the relationships that I have with my family and friends, my social media following, and so much more. It would be a pretty powerful book, wouldn't it be? Well, the book actually exists, and hello, there it is. This is my vision book or my goals book, whatever you want to call it. This is essentially where I write down exactly what it is that I want to have in my life. This is a book I've had now for a very long time. And believe it or not, every single thing that I've ever written in this book has come true. That's crazy. Now, you might be thinking, vision book sounds like hippie nonsense.
You know, that's just like your opinion, man.
But seriously, there is a ton of research that shows that if you write down your goals, it's much more likely to happen. Actually, neuroscience says that if you write down your goals or vividly picture them, you're 1.2 to 1.4 times more likely to achieve those goals. So are we calling neuroscience hippie nonsense right now or what? So in this video, we are going to be going through the process of how I create a vision book, how I set my goals exactly to ensure that they come true instead of being fluffy and non-practical, non-achievable, without certain time dates set on them. But we're actually going to be creating a brand new book together, because this one's kind of outdated. I created it when I was a little kid. I'm an adult woman now, and I am 33 in a few months, and I actually started this book not long ago, and it is the book for my 33rd year of life, because I believe honestly and truthfully that this is going to be the best year of my life. I actually always say that every single year that I live is better than the previous one, and it has been always coming true like this. I am so convinced that every single year gets better, and the universe somehow rewards me. Even if it's within the last couple of months of a year, it somehow always circles back to be the best year of my life. It's incredible. The power of words is amazing. Get your scissors ready, your glue, anything colorful and exciting, also magazines. But for those that are already starting to drift off because they're not crafty, I just want to show you one other example of how a vision book or vision board could look, in case you don't want to go through all the troubles of this prettiness, which, holy crap, how can you not be interested, because this is the best. Ta-da! Here is Leon's version. It's so boring. First, let's talk about what actually makes a really good goal, because there are some fluffy goals you can write down and some that are a lot better and actually achievable. Goals that you should be aiming for are called SMART goals: specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. Specific and measurable. You need to be very certain about what it is that you're going after. If you say you want to be rich, what does rich mean? Rich means very different things in different parts of the world. So if you say you want to be rich, are you talking about being rich in, say, a developing country where you don't need as much money to be rich? Or do you want to be rich in terms of living in Hollywood, in the hills, where you need a lot of money to be considered rich? If you say you want to be making $1,000 a day, now that's a different story. That is very specific, very measurable, because you know once you've achieved that goal, you have measured that you have successfully completed this goal. Next part, achievable. You want to be realistic with your life and your expectations of life. If you are 5'1" and you want to be a Victoria's Secret runway model, maybe it's not as realistic because they have very tall people in that industry. So you want to make something achievable for yourself, because if it's not achievable, you're going to feel disheartened because that goal is probably not going to come true. And don't feel discouraged that you can't be a Victoria's Secrets model. There might be different ways of becoming a model in the industry that you want to be in. Relevant, make it relevant to your life and your timeline that you're living right now. And then timely. This is important. If you say you want to be rich tomorrow, one day is always going to be one day away. You want to have it very specific, and you want to be writing your goals in the present moment. So let me show you some of mine. The world is my playground. I work internationally and remotely. Main base is Iceland and Australia. Owner of 2 houses, including a little Icelandic cabin. Income of $700,000 per year minimum. Instagram following of 500,000. A lot of this has come true, and a lot of it is very specific. I mean, I honestly did not know that my main bases would be Iceland and Australia, and that is true. Thank you, DataCamp, for sponsoring today's video. DataCamp has over 350 data science courses designed by the top experts. So if you're looking to upgrade your skills in, say, Excel or spreadsheets in order for you to track your budgeting, your income expenses a little bit better so you can grow your wealth, it's the perfect place to learn on DataCamp. If you don't know where to start with Data Camp and you don't know what kind of skills you should be learning to upgrade yourself, they have a quiz which will help to recommend the most suitable courses for you. Both newbies as well as pro people can upgrade their skills using Data Camp. So if you want to unlock extra skills, unlock new career opportunities, unlock the language of tech and data, then use the link in the bio, which is going to give you access to the very first chapter of any course available on Data Camp for free. Also, there's a QR code on the screen right now because tech, if you want to sign up easier. Back to the video. All right, let's go through my previous vision book and see what I created. I'm not obviously going to showcase everything, but this is how old it is. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. I swear I was maybe 18 when I created this. I wanted to make it very clear for myself what the law of attraction was and how it works. Ask, answer, receive, except that they cut out from The Secret, the movie where the law of attraction, where I got this information from. They forgot to mention that action needs to be taken, so definitely include action. Definitely the first thing that I was prioritizing in my life, always and forever, as long as I remember, is traveling. So I wanted to have as much travels in my life. So I dedicated a whole bunch of pages here to places I wanted to visit and just inspiring images of the world. Outdoor adventures, surfing, which funny enough, surfing is just coming true in the last year or so. Slow but steady wins the race, hey? Here is my gratitude portion of my vision book, because I understood early on that gratitude is the basis of actually making anything happen in your life that is positive. So I wanted to be as grateful as possible. So a constant reminder in my vision book that gratitude is something that you have to actively practice in order to have more beautiful things in your life to happen. And then I started getting into more material things. So I wasn't ever actually a material child, but I thought, well, it's my vision book, so I might as well just let myself feel and think quite big. I never liked this car, but I took a photo of it and I just put it in. I do like Mini Coopers still, but I live in Iceland, so that's kind of unrealistic for now. What I wanted to learn, and here are some lists of 21 things in my 21st year. Then I have my 22nd year, as well as my 100-year plan, which is so cool, because if you don't have a vision for your life, somebody else is going to create a vision for your life. And so I wanted to be very clear as to what I was pursuing in my own lifetime. So this is why I have a plan for my 100 year. This page is pretty precious. It is what I want in my boyfriend, life partner, and I have a huge list here very specifically of what I want in a man that I was attracting. So how am I going to structure this book now, knowing all the advanced wisdom I have with the extra 12 years of experience since I wrote this guy? One thing for sure that I'm going to do is split this into 8 categories, because I think there's 8 categories in life. This is how I approach life anyway. Categories are family, spiritual, mental, physical, social, career, financial, and emotional. When you break life into these categories, it just makes it a little bit easier for you to digest. Instead of looking at life as a giant whole thing, you get to address little sections of it instead. Few hours later. Let's see what we came up with, shall we? This is the most unique way I've ever started a vision book. The thing that stood out for me was a quote actually out of all the magazines, and it was to be rather than have. And it struck such a chord with me because I realized I don't care so much about what I have. I really do want to just be the best version of myself that I possibly can be. And as a result, I'm going to attract the riches anyway, because I think when you're focused on yourself and being the best version of yourself, you attract great things in your life. I'm so proud of this page. So of course, Angelina Jolie, she's one of the biggest role models of my entire life, keeping in mind that she is about 20 years ahead of me. So I need to also know that I don't have to rush to be as she is right now. Here are some quotes that really stood out for me from these magazines. There's so much I could say about this, but silent presence, elegant power, a fluid soul, because I think you are always allowed to shift and change as much as possible. I tried very hard to compartmentalize these sections. At first was me, focus on me, because you want to fill up your cup first as much as possible, because that's when you're able to help others the most. And then my family, which is my chosen family, my actual family, and my loved one, and having some space to reflect on what I want that relationship to look like, or these relationships to look like. We're moving into how I want to see the world, which is focusing on sustainability, local heroes, also knowing why I'm doing what I'm doing, which there's a little tiny sign called hope here. The energy behind this is like, I know why I'm doing all of this for, keep going. And then, I want to figure out a way I can really give back. Then I have some pages that I've left blank in a few places so I can expand on my goals and make them very, very smart and timely, and write down exactly what I want to see in the world. Of course, the next section is travel. I want to stay in the most beautiful places in the world. I want to see the most beautiful creatures and all these amazing things. Oh, and this is the next section about health. So we have organic foods. I want to be growing my own food, lots of greens, and nice space for me to unwind and always focus on sleep and having enough of that, because it's so important for our health and longevity and your mental capacity. Here is a beautiful house that I would be so thrilled to live in. Oh my gosh. And a journey to a peaceful mind, which leads me into maybe this kind of freaks me out a little bit, so let's not talk about that too long. Then I have other things that I haven't finished, because this takes a long time, but it's such an amazing exercise. So it's definitely not done yet. I'm going to be writing down now specifically what it is that I want to add to my life, like timely goals, the gratitude that I want to infuse into my life, having gratitude lists for myself, for the world, for people around me. It's cool. I like it. So now you've seen what I've created in my book for now. Of course, I'm going to add to it when I'm off camera, but this is just the beginning. Also, it's always a work in progress. It doesn't have to end here. Also, some people choose to have a board so they can see it at all times, but because of my lifestyle and because I used to travel a lot and now I think I might be traveling a bit more, I choose to have books, because I actually go through these a lot. Like, I'll spend every single day going through it. Now, if you're not the type of person that's going to pick up a book and look through it, maybe it's better for you to actually have a board that you can see this and just stick it up on your wall. So every day, wherever you are, in your favorite room in the house, maybe above your altar that you have at your house, maybe you can have it there, so you can always, every single day, make sure that you look at it and read through the goals, so you know what kind of a life you're trying to aim towards. And be flexible because life will give you things that are a little bit different and unique, but it could be better than what you originally even wrote for yourself. So be open to the possibility of that as well. Okay, so that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed, and if you did, please just drop a simple like and a comment and subscribe, because your interactions with this channel are so important. They take a microsecond of your time, but they help us to get the message of finance and freedom out to the world, which we believe is a human right. We want you all to have the most beautiful lives ever. Also, we have an amazing newsletter that I think you'll love. Lots of people rave about it. It's beautiful short stories about history and just educating you on things that are really important for you to know around the topics of finance and freedom. And also, we have 20% off our membership right now if you use the code YouTube at checkout. So if you want to be submerged in a private community of amazing individuals that are super focused on making their life as free as possible, link in the bio to find out more. Please don't underestimate the power of this exercise. I hope that you take the time to make a vision board, vision book for yourself. It's so fun. It's so fun. If anything, it's pretty. And also, neuroscience has told us it works. So don't underestimate the power of this. And I'll see you in the next one.